What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with the review for The Haves and the Have-Nots. This is Season 7, Episode number 4, titled Evil Offspring. So you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into the video. Alright, so this episode opens up. We see Candace, so she's over at Mitch's family's bar. She's trying to find out where Mitch and Benny are. You know, Sandy, that's his cousin, right, you guys? His cousin. He's giving him giving her a little bit of a hard time. She's just like, can you just please call Mitch? So he calls Mitch. Mitch doesn't answer the phone at first. So then, he's still talking to Candace, and she's not leaving until she gets some kind of information. So then, Mitch just called him back, and Mitch tells Sandy where he and Benny are. And he says, okay, well, I'm coming. Well, Candace wants to talk to you. And Mitch was like, okay, that's fine. Bring Candace with you. So, we see Candace, the whole mob leave out of the restaurant. And so they're going to go, find, Benny, well, find Mitch because Benny is gone. So then we see Derek. So Derek is over at Veronica's house. And, he's telling her, she remember last week she wanted info on the guy that snitched on her. So, Derek has showed up today with information. And he gives her a paper. She says, what is this? She says, that's his girlfriend. And if you get her, he wants you to get her out. If you can get, well, girlfriend, baby mom, whichever one you want to say. If you get her out, then, he won't testify against you. And then the name she recognized the name. She's like, I know this hood rat. He says, I'm not surprised. And it's Quita Maxwell. I'm like, oh, God, Quita? I can't stand hearing her voice. Now, here's the thing that I want to say about Veronica. So, Veronica is so, she wants to talk down on people that live in the hood and whatnot. But that seems like that, but from what I'm seeing, that's the base of your clientele. So, you want to talk shit about the hood, but then you want to represent people that's growing up in those areas. Veronica, you love sleeping in the gutter, huh? Because that's really what you're doing. So, she asked Derek, is he worried? He says, worried about what? She's like, well, I have cameras around here, and I can drag you right on down. And Derek's like, you wouldn't do it. I'm like, yes, Derek, she would do it. I mean, she's tried to kill David on multiple occasions now. So, yeah, she would do it. And I would definitely watch your back when it comes to that evil woman. Let's move on. Alright, so, over at the hospital, we see David. Where's Jim? I'm trying to check on Jim Cryer. Is he okay? And, it's him and Jeffrey. David acts like a good old house nigga. That's all he acts like when it comes to Jim. And, Madison is telling Jim that, he just came through surgery. They don't really know what's going on with him. And he's like, so where's the surgeon at? Where is the surgeon at? And he tells him, where he is. Now, again, David just asks, like, hey, house nigga, like, shit, you run, jump, and skip for David. Would David do the same for you? No. I mean, Jim. Would Jim do the same for David? I don't think so. Like, you act like a true house nigga. So then, David leaves to try to go find some information about Jim. I'm just like, you're dumb. So then Jeffrey is talking to Madison about what his crazy-ass mama did and how his nerves are on edge. And I'm like, yeah, my nerves be on edge too. My mama tried to kill me and my daddy. So then we see over with Charles, he gets a visit from the senator named Conley West. So, they're getting caught up with each other. He's asking Conley about his wife. She's in Martha's vineyard. He says, anytime she goes to the vineyard, that means you guys are not in a good space. Then he says, also, you must be here about, my Secretary of State. He says, no, not here for that. He says, just here basically checking in on you, catching up with you. So, he's like, okay, cool. Well, he's like, I was about to have dinner. Do you want to join me? He was like, sure. Let me join you. So, then, he also talking about how his political career was almost, presidential career was almost ruined because of Candace. And, Charles says, well, we got a handle on that, right? We've got all that stuff taken care of. Do you really, Charles? Because it doesn't seem like you have it handled. Because you still want to call Candace. You still want to call Candace. So then we see Benny's old dumbass, and then he finally wakes up in the basement nonetheless. And there's a guy named Akil there. What kind of name is Akil? Never mind. So he comes down talking about, Candace owes him money. I'm like, what money does she owe you? Oh, that's right, Jim's money, huh? And that's what he says. He says, we're not gonna let you go until I get Jim Cryer's money from Candace. And Benny is like, well, he's dead. He's like, no, he's not. He says, yes, he is. He says, no, he's not. He says, yes. Have you not saw the news? He says, well, no. Well, you might want to go check the news because there were 3 shootings at the Cryer's house. Speaking of those 3 shootings at the Cryer's house, we still have no answers of who I guess if you want to say, no, there were not 3 shootings. If we want to be technical, it was 2 shootings because Kathryn didn't get shot. Jim got shot. We're going to talk about Jim in a minute. Jim got shot and Wyatt got shot. So where are they saying 3 shootings at? Unless there's a 3rd person that we don't know about. It was technically just 2 shootings because, again, like I said, Wyatt did not hit her. He did not hit her. So, Benny is still telling the killer to let him go. He's like, oh, no, because we know how crazy Candace, your sister loves you. So that's why we're basically going to keep you. So then, Akil, like Benny kept telling him Jim is dead. He says, you know what? Let me go investigate this. I'm like, just go upstairs and turn on the fucking television. Like, wouldn't that be smarter just to go upstairs? Depends on where you guys are, but go somewhere where there's a TV, turn on the TV, you will see the news about the shooting at the Cryer's house. Now, do I believe that Jim is dead? No. That would be wishful thinking, but yeah, Jim is not dead. But let's move on, you guys. Alright, you guys, so let's talk about Jim real quick. So we see Jim. Jim is in the OR. He is coding. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with Jim coding if the bullet was down a little bit further, like in his chest area, but the bullet is right up here. What is Jim coding for? How is he coding? The bullet, if anything, I'm pretty sure the bullet is just probably stuck. But he's coding. Nonetheless, he's coding. So then we see David. He's walking through the hospital, and then who does he bump into? Motherfucking Celine. So, Celine is asking about David. I mean, not David, but Jim. David says, he doesn't really know anything about what's going on. But you know that allegedly Wyatt shot, well, not even allegedly, that Wyatt shot Jim. But then he says, that's what he's there trying to do. He's trying to find out what's going on. And he asks, like, Celine, so what are you doing here? She says, I work here. She's like, yeah, I work here because, Jim, he stopped paying child support. Now, who the fuck was he paying child? I know they got that young son, but that older son, you can't pay. I mean, you can't pay. Well, I mean, yes, never mind. He could pay. But they would have to go to court for that, for back child support. Never mind. I mean, this is never mind. Never mind. Let's just move on, you guys. So then, she's continuing to ask David, like, so what's going on? So then he tells her, what happened, that allegedly Wyatt shot Jim. She says, that's funny. Actually, it's poetic. Because the one son that he's done so much for does this to him. And then I got his other 2 sons that he does nothing for. I'm like, well, not me. I mean, you slept with that asshole, and what did you expect? Celine, really, girl, what did you expect? Jim is a fucked up individual, so I don't necessarily know what you expected from him, but yeah. So then we see Madison. So Madison and Jeffrey went to one of the rooms. So, remember, Jeffrey said he's having some anxiety. So Madison, he gives Jeffrey some pills to take, and, then Jeffrey starts to feel bad. He's like, he starts to feel bad about, all the shit that Veronica puts people through. More specifically, his friend, his gay counterparts. I mean, we all know how Veronica is. Veronica is an ignorant bitch. And yes, I called her a bitch. So then, out of nowhere, Jeffrey just starts to feel those drugs instantaneously. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? He just swallowed them down. They ain't even in his bloodstream yet, so how the hell is he feeling this shit? Like, make that shit make sense to me. Now, I can see it if it was like a patch of something, he put a patch on him, if he injected him, but Jeffrey took some pills. He just immediately felt those pills. Right. Tell me anything. Like, tell me anything, and I'll probably believe it right. So then they start, he starts to talk about Justin and, things been over with them. But Madison's like, are they really over? Because, you like the drama. Yes, Jeffrey does like the drama, Madison. He surely does love the drama. And especially when it comes from Justin. I just don't know what it is about it. I don't know what it is. All right. So next we see Kathryn. Kathryn is, going to her jail cell. Huh. She gets to her cell and she's like, wait a minute. You want me to go in there? The guard was like, yes, you have no choice. Get your ass in there. She's like, what if I have to use the restroom? There's a toilet in the corner. You use that. You want me to use the restroom? You want me to use it in public? I'm not doing that. Well, Kathryn, that's the only option. Well, yes, you got two options. Either you could take a shit or a piss on that toilet, or you shouldn't piss on yourself. One of the two. You ain't got no other options besides those two. She's like, I want another cell. Oh, I'm sorry, Kathryn. I'm sorry. I like Kathryn, but I'm assuming you think that you are like in a 5-star hotel. You're on a resort where you can just request another room. Girl, any other cell you go to is going to be the same cell, just like that one. Bars, a cot, and that toilet. So, choice is yours. Cell A, and no cell, or that's the only choice. Cell A. So then, she's like, I'm not going in there. He's like, do I have to call for backup? She's like, call for backup. I don't care. So he calls for backup. Backup comes. She's like, ma'am, I need you to go in there. Then out of nowhere, Kathryn's fighting with him, struggling with him. Then she tases her. She's like, you tased me. Yeah. What did you expect me to do? Just be like, oh, she wants another cell. Let's give her another cell. No, ma'am. Then Veronica comes in there and she sees Kathryn on the ground and she starts laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I can't stand her. So Kathryn's like, are you here for me? She's like, bitch, no, I don't even know you. I said, oh my God. She says, then she asked for her client, Quita Maxwell. I'm just like, oh God, she asked for Quita. So then she asked Kathryn, so what are you in here for? She says, George arrested me for the murder, for what you did. What I did? Yeah, the murder of Jennifer Salison. Veronica was like, girl, I didn't do that. You shot her in the chest. If it was me, I would have shot her in the head. I'm like, oh, okay. So then she also tells her that, Wyatt shot her. She says, I told you to let me straighten that boy out. I'm like, are you serious, Veronica? That's why the bitch shot Jennifer Salison in front of you. Like, that is literally why she shot Jennifer Salison. Because you fucked with Wyatt. But, Veronica don't give a fuck. So, Kathryn asked her, will she... She asked her, will you help me? And Veronica was like, let me think about it. Yeah, bitch, I don't like you. I said, I cried up. She said, yeah, bitch, I don't like you. I was done at that point when she said, I don't like you. So Kathryn says, bitch, you need me. She says, I need you. She says, yes, bitch. She said, bitch, I know all of your little dirty secrets. And she says, well, bitch, I'm smarter. I said, oh, so you're going to go back and forth with bitch, bitch, bitch with these two. Then Veronica says, you know what, Kathryn, I just may testify against you. And that's when she was trying to, that's when they started threatening, because she says, my life, I could say that my life is threatened. She says, you wouldn't dare. Oh, yes, she would, Kathryn. You know this evil bitch. You know what she's capable of. You know she gonna do it. Like, don't play with her. I just want somebody, as much as so I love Veronica, but I love to hate Veronica. Like, if something happens to Veronica, I think I'm gonna be like really hurt. I'm gonna be hurt in the end. Like, I'll be sad. Right now I can say I will be satisfied if something happened to Veronica. Then I'll be like, fuck. who am I gonna hate? Who am I gonna love to hate? Because it can't be, no, because I just hate Wyatt. Jeffrey's just annoying as shit. Justin is crazy. David is a good old boy. And Jim is an asshole that I just want dead. Yeah, I guess that's, yeah, I mean, I don't really know. So then as, you know, as, Veronica's getting rid of, she's getting ready to leave, she tells Kathryn, you might want to, you know, check out your hair because it's looking a little, you know how it's looking. She says, well, at least it's my hair, bitch. And it's not a wig, a sew-in, a weave, something from the, you know, the gutter. It's my hair, bitch. I'm like, that whole scene right there was just funny to me. I don't know why, but it took me out. But let's move on, you guys. All right, so Charles and Senator Connolly are still having dinner with each other. Charles still believes that Senator West is there trying to get the Secretary of State. He says again, that's not why I'm here. So then he asks him if he remembers a woman, and he says her name. He says, yeah, she's married to, he says, don't say his name. He says, have you saw her marry a child? He says, no. So he takes out his phone, he shows him a picture. He says, yeah, that's my son. And, you know, he's talking about their relationship. I'm just like, but you're married and y'all having a good, okay, well, whatever. So then at the end of it, what he's really telling Charles is when it comes down to, you know, he needs to have some fun like he's doing. But what Charles needs to do is he needs to sleep with someone, he needs to sleep up. So he needs to sleep with someone that has as much to lose as he does. I'm like, wow, great advice. Great advice. I guess. I'm not sleep. Okay. Because he doesn't want him to go back to Candace. I'm just like, okay, if you say so. So then at the club, we see Mitch. He's still trying to find out some information on Benny. And, you know, they were about to throw him out of the club, but then he throws out his grandmother. And they're like, oh, your grandmother? He says, yes, Mama Rose. He was like, oh, stop. I'm like, oh, you a little afraid, huh? I see. So then Sandy shows up, and, you know, Mitch tells them everything, you know, that the stripper took Benny in the back, and they trying to play like they don't know nothing. And, you know, so Candace comes up to her. She says, where is my brother, bitch? She says, I don't know. She says, and then Candace punches her, and then the girl come back and punch Candace. I'm like, well, damn. And then Candace just goes to town on that ass. She just popping that ass. Then she breaks a bottle and put it up to her neck. So the girl tells her, you know, there were two guys in here, and they wanted me to, you know, drug Benny so that they could take him. We don't know who they are. And they say, who, and, you know, they still threatening them again. And they say that we don't know who it was. But then, I guess the guy that owns the bar, on the strip club, he says, you know what, we saw him, they took off in the truck. We got the license plate. It's on a surveillance camera. Where's the surveillance footage at? Behind the bar. So they go behind the bar and get the surveillance footage. So now they're in a rush to say, I'm just like, Benny was stupid enough to, I don't even know if I would want to save Benny, to be quite honest with you, because Benny was dumb to believe that a stripper was going to give him a free fucking lap dance, dumbass. So then we see Hannah's at home, and, you know, she's calling Benny, but she's getting his voicemail again. So then she gets another phone call. She thinks it's Benny, but it's actually Marty. So she's telling Marty what's going on, that, you know, Wyatt has been arrested for, you know, shooting at Kathryn and shooting Jim. He's like, okay, I'm going to take care of it. She says, that's not why I was really calling you. He's like, why are you, what was it? She says, well, you know, Kathryn has been arrested. He's like, for what? For the murder of Jennifer Sallis. He says, oh, crap. He says, I'm on it. She said, do you want me to come down? He says, no, you stay put. We'll talk tomorrow. So now we see that he is on his way to try to, I just don't see how I don't see how you can get Kathryn out of this unless you throw Jim under the bus. But wait a minute, wasn't Jim in jail when Jennifer Salison got killed? I can't remember. But yeah, I can't remember that part. But I just don't know how you could get her off for the murder of Jennifer Salison. I really don't know that. But we'll see how it works itself out. So then we see that she gets another phone call, and this time the phone call is from Derek. And she's like, man, why are you calling me? He says, well, Candace, she said that she wanted to meet up with me, so I'm just trying to see if I can get your blessing. I would have said, click, and hung up in his face. I think that is what Hannah said. I think Hannah didn't hang up in his face and don't call her no more. I would just hung up in his face. I would have said, don't call me, don't do nothing. I would have said, click. When he said, this is Derek, I would have said, click. Like what Peppa Pig did to her friend who could whistle, just hang up in your face. Moving on. All right, guys. So then we got this other scene where Veronica went and bailed Quita Maxwell out. This scene was retarded. Oh my God, it was so funny to me. So we see Quita ghetto ass getting out of jail, and she looking rough as hell, by the way. So, she asking Veronica, like, bitch, why did you get me out? Because the last time Quita saw Veronica, Veronica was beating her ass, beat the shit out of her ass on that street corner. So she tells her she got her out because her baby daddy wanted her out. And then, Veronica's asking her to write a note, and Quita says, no. She says, oh, I get it. You can't write, can you? I'm like, no, she did not do that. But yes, she did. Quita says, I can write. She's like, why you think that? She says, well, I mean, it would make sense. I mean, you didn't grow up in the hood, so maybe you just didn't learn how to write. I'm just saying. I'm like, oh, Veronica, you should. So, Quita starts to write that fucking note. And I was looking at Quita when she was writing. I'm like, Quita look like she's scribbling something. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is that Quita is writing, but I just cannot. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what it is that Quita's. I'm like, I don't know what Quita's writing, but it's just like she's scribbling on that pad. And then she tells Veronica, girl, you don't know what you in for, cause they mad as hell. And she said, she says, she asks who is they. She says them, and Veronica's like, bitch, what the fuck? What is them? What is that ignorant shit? Them. She kept saying them. She said, man, the fact that she kept saying them, I died laughing. I could not stop laughing at that shit. The fact that she just kept saying them, that ignorant shit. But then she runs it off to her. Everything that Veronica has done, with the bomb, the guy being in jail, the two that she sent to kill David and Jeffrey, they're dead. So now everybody wants her ass, and she better watch her back. So then Quita gives her the pad, and like I said, it did. When I saw Quita writing, I'm like, that is nothing. She's just scribbling on that pad. And Veronica looked at it. She says, what the hell is this? She says, he'll understand what it is. She says, oh shit, this is a new language. You got English, you got French, you got Spanish, and now you got ratchet. I said, not ratchet. She said, this is a ratchet. And then, Quita, she said, girl, get out of here. So Quita's dumbass is walking back towards the jail. She says, girl, you going back to jail? Then Quita turns her dumb ass around and walks out. I'm like, Quita is something special. And then she goes to the man that was sitting next to her. She says, sir, can you read this? He says, no. She says, is it ratchet? I said, no. Veronica is stupid. But that's my whole thing with Veronica. So you want to talk shit about, the hood. But again, the hood is your clientele base. But you talk shit about them like it ain't shit. God. So then we see Justin at the hospital. So Justin has come back because Justin is still in some pain. And then, the nurse, I forget what her name is, she was going to walk him to his room. And then he sees Jeffrey and Madison. So he asks, what's going on? Are you two still dating each other? They say no. I'm like, God damn, Justin. Like, you can't be, like, you just got butt raped. You just got butt raped. And you got butt raped and beat up. And you're trying to, never mind. God. So then Madison does end up taking Justin to his room. Justin has been an asshole because, Madison was trying to help him. He says, I want a doctor, not a nurse. No, what you want is some fucking help. And here I am trying to help you. And I'm like, you know what, bitch? If you want to be in pain, if your ass want to hurt, let it hurt. God. So then, and Jeffrey following behind. I'm like, Jeffrey, Madison was right. You do love drama, because why are you following behind? It makes no sense. So, Justin was trying to talk to Jeffrey, and, Jeffrey said, well, maybe, shouldn't have hit my mom. And he says, yeah, I wasn't, maybe I shouldn't have. But then we see crazy Justin rear his head again. I'm like, oh, there's crazy Justin. And Jeffrey ends up leaving. So then we see at the hospital, not the hospital, but at the jail, Wyatt is brought in, and he is right across from Kathryn. Now, I ain't never been in jail before, but I thought that even in the holding cells, I thought the men and the women were separate from each other. I thought the men was on one side and the women were on the other side. I don't know. Like I said, never been to jail. Knock on wood. Never been to jail. But I've never, we can obviously still Tyler Perry ain't never been to jail before either. Or has he? Don't know. Let's move on. But, Kathryn, she, well, actually, Wyatt is trying to talk to her, and, she's talking about the fact that he shot her, and, he says, well, you're evil. You didn't think you have an evil offspring? I'm like, and, he's just wishing, he says, he's talking to her, telling her how he wishes what happened to him happens to her. And I'm just like, but your mom didn't have anything to do with that. Your dad is the one that put you in jail the last time Jim put you in jail. And Jim tried to protect you while you were in jail, but Veronica's evil ass is the one that got you raped in prison. So I don't know why you're blaming your mama. But, she tells him, like, little young man over there, you gonna pay for what you did to me, shooting at me, and shooting your daddy. He says, oh, well, he's dead. She's like, he's dead? He says, yeah, he's dead. I'm like, oh, God, why shut your high ass up? But, you guys, that was the haves and have-nots. So be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Subscribe, share the video, and if you guys want to follow me on social media, I am on Twitter at JB_the_CEO, and I am on Snapchat at MrGB_SCU, and I'm on Instagram at Jbsayzwhat. Until the next video, you guys, I will catch you later.